What's going on, Instagram? If you can see this question, also let me know. I'm doing a couple here. I'm just testing out things, and I'm also at Starbucks. So, if you could hear me, press thumbs up. If you could hear me, thumbs up. What's up, Carlos? What's up? What's up, Ricky? Give me a thumbs up if you could hear me fine. I don't know if my AirPods are going well, but I am testing something. First time on Facebook Live as well. How much we're gonna go over, if you guys can see it, how long it takes to develop a good habit, and how long it takes to break a bad one. This is gonna be like 10 minutes long. It's not gonna be that long. Subcast. I want to do this really quickly. What's up, Play Button for Life? How you doing? And I want to do this quickly so you guys can just get the content and get out. I know it's late. I know it's Monday. I know a lot of you guys have stuff going on. Facebook, this is my first time, so if you're watching this for the first time on Facebook, hit the like button. But what I want to talk about, I wrote some notes down right here for the question, and I got a couple questions, but this question I don't answer that often, and the other questions I feel like I answer all the time, so I picked this one. But I'm gonna wait a little bit until people get on here. Cass, what's going on? You working out late tonight, or you already got your workout in? Trying to get used to these lives, man. Trying to get used to these lives. What I do, giving you some new account love. Appreciate you, Play Button. I actually checked out your account earlier. You had some pretty good content on how to create a story. If you guys are trying to create a show, if you guys are trying to create like a show like with content, go to playbutton.life. They have some pretty good content value over there. So guys, pretty much I'll go into this because I know on live you could watch the replay. So for you guys watching the replay, type in the little box replay, so I know how many people actually watch it on replay. And if you're watching live right now, stay tuned. I'll take like 5 minutes, but all right. So Steven asked this question. So Steven, I'm answering this for you, my man. How to break old habits is a really hard thing to do. Now I know a lot of you guys, or some of you guys, know that I have, I'm not perfect. I have things that I'm trying to break as well. I chew tobacco, so that's one thing I've been trying to quit for the last couple years. And working out is luckily not one of those things where like I have to be like motivated to work out. That's been a thing that's been in my routine for a while. Trying to think of something else, like mornings were huge for a while. Mornings were pretty bad, but yeah, bad habits are the first thing that I would say gets in the way of people's achievements, or gets in the way of people actually getting to their goal. And so the two things that I wrote down that I think are the best ways to get rid of a bad habit, whether that's not working out, whether that's drinking, or whether that's overeating, whether that's going out too much, whatever the bad habit is, number one is replace it with something. So you see a lot of people, what's up, Parker? You see a lot of people pretty much going over, let's say relationships, right? As soon as they get out of one, a lot of people rebound into a next one. Not necessarily because they're ready, but because they need to replace that addiction. They need to replace that love. They need to replace that craving for that habit. So if you can replace it consciously with something better, for example, like if you are, let's say if you have a bad habit of, instead of working out, you end up going out, right? Well, if you really need to go out, or if you really have a craving to go out, give yourself that as a reward after you go work out. You know what I mean? So like replace the initial craving with the thing that you want to do, or with the thing that's hard to do, and then reward yourself with that. I know it's counterintuitive, but I know in the long term it helps. Facebook, what's going on? Again, this is my first time on Facebook, so I don't really get that much people on there, but once someone goes on, I try to get some love. And then number two is burn the boats. So to replace a bad habit is burn the boat. So whether that's a peer group, if you're like within a peer group and you have those bad distractions, burn the boats. I know that a lot of people, like when they quit cigarettes or something, or when they quit drinking, a lot of people will go cold turkey. I know a lot of people can't do that, but cold turkey, just burn the boats. And that also includes like environment. So let's say you only get this bad habit once you go to this one place, or you only get this bad habit when you're around these certain people. That's something to kind of be aware about. Is like, okay, maybe I should limit my time at this place or with these people so that I don't do that bad habit as much. You know what I mean? So burn the boats and then replace. And so those are for the bad habits. Bad habits you can break like that. And then the second thing is adding the new ones. So adding the new ones, this is how you got to do it. That's right, play button. Those boats got to burn, baby. Those boats got to burn. What's up, Deborah? What's up, Parker? If you're still on here, give me a little thumb. If you guys found that first part of advice helpful, go ahead and hit the hearts. If you're on Facebook, hit the hearts or the like button. I'm not too familiar with Facebook Live yet, but we're getting there, baby. Now the second part is to add new habits. So how do you add new habits? The two best ways to do it is one, constant reinforcement. So that's your environment, that's your peer group again, that's your your support group. Let's say you have a community within Facebook, you have a community within your local town. It's constant reinforcement. So I coach MC right there. And one of the things that our head coach tells us, great head coach, Coach Maz, brought Marin Catholic to state championship twice in the last 10 years, and produced Jared Goff. And he says that in order to be a good coach and a great coach, right, the difference between an all right coach and a great coach is that a good coach and an all right coach will coach you on a couple plays, right? You'll go ahead and do your thing. You'll have scrimmaging in practice. You'll have drills. And he'll coach you up on 30% of the plays. A great coach will maybe coach you up on 80% of the plays. But the college level, the NFL level coaches, these great coaches that we all look up to, coach every single play. Every single play, there's constant reinforcement, constant feedback. On this play, it's either you did a good job, right? Like, great job, filling the hole, great job making this move, great job doing this or that. Or it's either, bad job and get your shit together. So constant reinforcement. If you're trying to work out more, then I would recommend, again, going to a gym, having that, the front desk people say, hey to you every time you walk in, so they know if you haven't been there in a couple of days, they're going to be like, hey, where you been? Huh? Where you've been slacking a little bit? And then you won't want to hear that as much, you know what I mean? So that's a good thing. Getting a friend to go work out with you, getting a friend to go on a diet with you. These are all good things to have the constant reinforcement. Start a little group chat. That's to add a new habit, right? And then another way to add a new habit is the 1 + 1 = 3. I don't know if you can see this, but this one right here. The 1 + 1 = 3. And pretty much what that means is get someone outside of yourself. So not only is it constant reinforcement by a coach or a peer group, it's, all right, now I need someone to keep me accountable. Now I need someone to be getting on me, not just a group to maybe get on me. I need a person. I need a friend. I need someone that's, I heard this one time, you need 3 people in your life. You need a downline, someone you're coaching, someone you're helping, someone you're kind of bringing up the hill. You need a inline, which is someone that you're competing with, someone you're constantly, going head to head with, that's making you better, right? What is it called? Iron sharpens iron, men sharpen men. And then 3, you need an upline. So someone you look up to, someone you're motivated by. So I would look for the 1 + 1 = 3. I would look for that. I would look for someone to battle. I would look for someone to help up in fitness and health, or someone that's doing worse than you, help them up, because that's going to help you in the long run. And then I would look for an upline, look for a coach, look for someone on Instagram that motivates you, so you can look at their posts every day, or that's what I have someone to look up to, have someone to battle with, have someone to compete with, and then have someone to kind of bring up with you. And the competing thing is hard. I know a lot of people say, oh, the only competition is yourself. That is true, but a lot of you don't do it. A lot of you don't. You lose to yourself, so that's why it's always you need someone else to do it. Again, there's a lot of cliche things out there, but I don't want to always go the cliche way. So let me see who's on here. Jason, what's up, my man? Lays One, what's up, dude? The King is in the house. Shauna, Kai, KK, what's up? If you guys are getting value from this, hit the like button. If you're watching this on replay, just type in the comment box replay. And then if you're watching on Facebook Live, hit the like button. Now, a lot of you guys will be watching on replay because there's no one on Facebook Live. Instagram, I have about 8 people, so that's good. There we go. Appreciate the like. There we go. My brother just joined. What's up? If you want to hit the like button, there we go. Oh, getting a little Instagram savvy, bro. So again, go back if you haven't watched what I said before. When I end this, you guys will have the whole video. Pretty much just talking about how long it takes to develop a good habit and a bad habit. There we go. The hearts are going. My guys, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let me finish this off. I have 1 more minute. So number one, let me just recap. Break old habits. Number one, replace it with a new habit, right? Replace it with a new habit. Replace. Number two is burn the boat. So if you have those peers that you do those bad habits with, or you have an environment that you do those bad habits with, burn the boat. Don't go there. Don't or limit your time there, and limit the time with those peers that you do those bad habits with. Number two, can you expand on breaking habits start at home? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Number two is adding new habits. So adding new habits, number one, constant reinforcement. So if you're trying to add something new into your life, new into your routine, it's gonna be uncomfortable. So you're gonna need constant reinforcement to drill it in there, to drill it into your routine, to make it second nature. And then number two is the 1 + 1 = 3. Get a downline, get someone to help that you can coach up, get it in line, someone you can compete with, and then get an upline, someone that can motivate you. How long these take, Steven, is totally up to the individual. It's case-by-case basis, but what I would say is to develop a good habit is going to take a lot quicker than it is to break a bad habit or to break an old habit. Breaking habits are one of the hardest things that you can do in life. We're humans. We are creatures of habits. We will do things out of habit for the rest of our lives. If you think you're not in a habit, you are in a habit of not being in a habit. It's just that's what it is. So what you can do is just focus on, all right, what are my habits, and how, if you can manage your habits, in all, you can really manage your reality. So let's go back to how long it takes to develop a habit. Usually it takes about 14 to 21 days. That's what, quote unquote, the books say. I think it takes as soon as your mindset can make that shift. Some people it's a day. Some people it's like, I'm working out, it's done. Some people are like, I'm done smoking cigarettes, right? I'm done. I know when my dad had me as a kid, he quit, immediately. Even though we didn't live together, he lived in San Francisco, I lived in Marin. But as soon as I was born, he was like, I'm done smoking cigarettes. And he did a cold turkey. So that's why I know it could be done. I also know other parents that, that I lived with actually when I was homeless freshman year. They were quitting at that same time too, but for them it was a little bit more, it wasn't cold turkey. It was like, let's, instead of 1 pack a day, let's do a half pack a day. And then it was like a quarter pack a week or something like that. It was like they incrementally went off. So breaking habits are going to take a long time. That's why I would recommend a lot of energy on breaking the habit, and then a little bit more energy on just creating new ones. Because once you create new ones, the old ones will kind of flush its way out. So let me go back here to this question. Jordy, my guy. Some of my football guys are on here that I coach. Can you expand on breaking habits that start at home? Cigarettes for me and my impulse created home. So yes, so tobacco is and nicotine is one of the hardest addictions to break. I know a lot of you guys are on Juuls right now, and that's a fucking fact. It's just really hard, And so my biggest recommendation, again, is with that stuff. I've had problems my whole life with it. The best moment that I had when I quit, I had like an 8-month period where I didn't do any of it, like just cold turkey. I even threw it away when I had some. Was when one of my best friends, he was like, dude, like he didn't want me to do it because he was worried about my health. He was saying stuff like how he had friends, how he did research, and for that it was more of an emotional thing. So what I would do is I would find someone really close to you, whether it's a spouse, a loved one, a kid, a parent, a best friend, someone who's really close, and just tell them, be like, hey, like I really find you a big value in my life, right? I really look up to you, I respect you, and I appreciate you in my life. I'm very grateful for you. And tell them why. Like, tell them why you're grateful for them, and then ask them if they can help you, right? Ask them, say, hey, I need help. If you're really serious, and they can feel that, and they are really true to you like that, they will help you and keep you accountable. And they'll just say, hey, like, how many days has it been not smoking a cigarette? Just say, like, I need that constant reinforcement from you, because I really care about your opinion. I really care about your judgment on me. Because if you just do it out of somebody else, you're not going to care about their judgment, you're not going to stop. But if someone you really care about's like, dude, like, are you smoking again? Or like, did you smoke today? Then you're going to feel a little bit more bad about doing it. And so that's going to really help as well. So that's what I'd recommend. Hopefully that helped you a little bit. If it did, heart it up. I'm trying to wave to you guys too while I'm on here. I feel like I'm yelling out here, bro. I feel like I'm out in the Starbucks and just yelling. Because I want you guys just to hear this stuff. All right, I want you guys to hear this stuff. But if do you guys like this stuff? Do you guys like my the live Q&A? Should I do more? No one came on Facebook. I'm about to end this. I just spit it everywhere. I'm about to end this right now in like 1 minute. But Facebook was pretty much a fail. Let's see if anyone came onto my coaching platform. Oh, no. It's all right. This is the first one. No worries. We get knocked down. We get back up. But yeah, I appreciate the hearts, man. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully that helped you, man. Cigarettes again is a hard one. So if you ever need help, dude, always reach out to me, man. I'll keep track too. How long you been trying to quit, by the way? Have you tried, or has it been like just a thought in the back, in the background, the unconscious? Because yeah, it's hard. Let me quit out of Facebook because no one's there. Facebook, love you guys. If you guys are watching this on replay, type in replay, Facebook. Love you. All right, Facebook's done. Not many public life coaches and idealists and less influencers. Dude, there's a lot. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of celebs and influencers who have a big problem with that too. And it's not, it's one of those things where it's like you got to figure out why you want to quit. You got to figure out why you want to quit. Like, is it you want to quit because you've been hearing that it's bad? Because I really don't believe, and this is just my honest opinion, I don't believe that's a strong enough reason. Or everyone would have quit, a long time ago and never even picked up a jewel again. I quit once at 16 until about 6 months ago, which I would find. Sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Do my best thing. Do you work out? Do you do anything like do you do workouts, meal prep, anything like that, in terms of your health and stuff like that? Or is it, sorry to hear that, man. A while back I had a friend who passed at 25 due to alcoholism. Unfortunately, it's not easy at all. Dude, I mean, what I would do is playbutton.life, man. I see you're hustling. If you really want to quit, I mean, it sounds like you quit for a long time. I don't know how old you are, but I would literally just focus. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I would really focus on rock climbing and playbutton.life. Like, I would literally switch your addictions. Because usually, and I read this somewhere, usually addicts are like artists and entrepreneurs. It's just the addict is the one running away from the things that he can possibly do because he's fearful of something, fearful of the judgment, fearful of the success, fearful of something. So he'll go to an addiction. And then the artist is just the professional who doesn't run to the addiction and gets their art out there and gets their art created. So that was a very interesting thing I read the other day. It's about 10 years. Dude, and how long, dude, I would stop as early as you can. And I'm just saying this because I know how hard it is to stop a bad habit once it's already in motion. Once that momentum builds, bro, it's like a mold, dude. It's like mold. Mold doesn't just go away. It just builds and builds and builds. So like both habits are gonna build. Whether you stop now and just keep going and just don't do it every day you don't do it, just check it off a calendar. Check it off a calendar. Check it off. And that's gonna build that momentum. It's gonna make it easier and easier and easier not to do it. Or you can keep going down this road. It's just gonna be harder and harder to quit. Then you're gonna be like 35, 40 years old. You're 26 right now. I know the last 2 years probably went by way quicker than the last 4. So imagine the next 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're gonna be 36 in no time, and it's gonna be really hard to quit then. So that's 26, 27, 28. It's like the best time to like break bad habits. Even in your young 30s, it's always a good time to break bad habits. But I'm saying it gets harder. It definitely gets harder after age 30, 33, 36. And these are just things I've seen over personal training in the last years. So unless something very traumatic happens in your life. So obviously that was a traumatic experience, so it brought you back on. Like, what I would do is just try to envision, like, fear yourself, dude. Scare yourself out of it. Be like, dude, if I keep going down this route, this is what's gonna happen. Like, you already know what's gonna happen. So I would just go down the other route and say, if I keep going down this route, this is what's gonna happen, right? And just check those days off and only focus on the good about that side of it. Hope that helps. But I'm gonna pack up. Again, if you guys enjoyed these lives, and if you are watching on replay, hit down below or DM me and say I like these so I could do them more, so I could, know. I get all the notifications for the replay people, for you guys liking it, for you guys commenting. So let me know, please. Appreciate all you guys watching. Playbutton.life. Keep doing your thing. Brother, I don't know if you're still on here, but love you, and I will see you guys all very soon. Love you.